that right there was from Hotel Hell. Basically, today I graduated boot camp. I accomplished everything, I suppose. And to graduate, on the West Coast at least, on the East Coast I guess it's different. By the way, the date's March 12th, 2021, if you haven't seen. It's the official rep, baby, and I have a couple of them, actually, a few. Either way, though, there's a bunch of fellas I went there with. I still have a bunch of stuff that has their energy, so it's great. Obviously, I have 2173 here. Boom, that's what we were. Hotel Hell. So yeah, Hotel Hell and Evil Echo are supposed to be the two hardest ones on the West Coast, which obviously evil men are made in hell, is what we say. So we make, you know what I'm saying? That was always our thing. Like, we're the ones, we're the ones. And we always just prided ourselves on that. As well as after that, it was supposed to be Hotel again in SOI, which is School of Infantry. For me and a couple of other my buddies, which one of them was actually my my boy from the beginning, like the very beginning. Like, we went in during lockdown, so I was never on that really, and I met my boy. We were in there together in the hotel. Then from there we went to the like gymnasium, when you first like write down all your stuff and you're there sitting on one knee, boom, your knees are ooh, shit's killing you, you know what I'm saying, it hurts, and you're switching and they're like, hey, you don't switch your knee, you're always there. So doing all that stuff, making phone calls and all this stuff, and then everything kind of happens. You get Black Friday, is that what it is? I believe so, maybe I'm wrong, but whatever. Black Friday, and then there's like Brown Sunday or Brown Saturday. That is probably worse for some people, but for me, I got out of it for the most part. And I don't know, I think at the end, I think I really had something with, like, looking back, I had something more with my DIs than I feel like anyone really realized. And I think they realized it and didn't want to say it. But either way, we all still talk sometimes too. It's pretty sick. Either way though, I'm just chilling, man. Having a good time. I already know. Boom. Got my boy here. Already know. I should bring these back, huh? The wristbands. Get everyone a wristband. Damn. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because I found those. I found a bunch of stuff, actually. I mean, silver and gold right here, baby. So, look at that. That is shit. The case is sick, too. Like, just boom. Loving it, man. I'm loving it. So, yeah, I'm ecstatic. Man, feeling really good, man. I mean, I'm always feeling really good, but, like, just feeling extra. You understand? Basically, I just want to say, though, I found it, thought it was cool. It's like Italian. Shout out to everyone, which is, it goes for R4, Second Battalion, Evil Echo, Hotel Hell, Gulf Gods, Fatal Fox. I actually made one of the ditties we said, and after that, they were like, no more ditties. So, what I said was it was on our left flank, and it was Evil Echo's been expelled, Fatal Fox, a joke itself, make way gods, cause heavens fell, devil dogs from Hotel Hell. And then we would do our step out, boom, and I think it was, there was a couple different ones we had, but one of the main ones was Born in Hell, right? And then we also had our Staff Sergeant Cruz, which, as you know, is my middle name, and I go by Timo Cruz, or Timothy Cruz. And you also have, there was just a lot. There was a lot that, like, I like did, you know what I mean? Like to like in a way like I was sort of leading, but I was like, it wasn't me, you know what I mean? But it was all of us. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, and that's the same with this. I'm like leading you, but I'm not there, like physically. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. So, boom, and yeah, to get one of these coins, man, it's crazy. I mean, you could probably order one. Yeah, sunny San Diego, the happiest place in the world, baby. You have this the two different swords on here, the officer swords and the enlisted sword. The hat, it's funny because like I'm bald too, you know, to go through Marine Corps boot camp. Like if you look at all the trials, and, right, that's what they are. I have my Hotel Hell coin too, and the gold footprint coin, my Crucible coin, I guess. I have a bunch of coins, so I'm gonna get a coin box. But think about that for a second. It's like you have all this stuff I've accomplished, all of them. Like you step on the golden footprints. They say yellow. Come on, they're gold. They're gold. Boom, and you say, "This is me now," and you sit there and you wait on your knee until your head's down. You can't just say, "I want to be a Marine." You know, you have to earn it. You have to earn it. You do have to earn it. It's kind of like, okay, picture it like this. Picture the military of the U.S. as like Harry Potter. Red, the Marines, right? Scarlet, stripe. They're gold. They're also naval traditions. On top of that, you have your other people, which your yellows, your Hufflepuff. Then you have your green, your Slytherins. Then you have your blues, your Ravenclaws, which is what I am. But anybody can be a Gryffindor if you prove yourself. And that's basically what you do as a Marine, right? Is you just prove you're one that can take that title. You know what I'm saying? Can use that title. And once you get it, it can't be taken away. So even me, you know, the fallen, right? Me, the rebel. Even I'm still. So think about that. You know what I mean? It's something you can never lose. It's always a part of you. It's kind of crazy. Wild, right? Really think about that. But same thing with like Harry Potter. Like I said, like you think of like Ravenclaw, that's probably like the Air Force. And the funny thing is I wanted to be. And all the people were like, go Air Force, go Air Force, go. Do it. You don't want to be a Marine, dude. And then I was like, no. You know what I mean? I wanted it. I asked for it. And I went through it with pain since boot camp, like hard pain, and just went through and kept going. And finally, I kind of like, I finally said something about like my pain and everything, and there's so much of it, right? But I was just holding it in. And this is just like been going on for about 2 years, right? I was in. And so all this stuff I went through, I guess I'm just doing a boot camp story here. So this is what we're doing. Story of hell. So you go through, right? I go ahead and actually I found a bunch of notebooks too from when I used to write my scriptures of hell. So if you guys want to know, I found some. I found all, actually. I know where they are. I can read them to you, and I have a lot of it just like memorized, obviously. But we're gonna go through the stuff you can picture. So if you're going through American boot camp, I know our Marines also come from like sort of like the idea of like the Royal Marines, right? That's kind of like the original idea. So I think their training, I believe, is a little bit harder. Although I just want to say I didn't think boot camp was that hard. I don't know. I mean, I think it's just something everybody should kind of go through. And this is Marine boot camp. Apparently, this is like the hardest one. Like, no, I think this is like bare minimum. I don't know. That's just how I see it, though, because I have that spirit, you know, that soul. So what we're really gonna do, though, is just keep it going, man. By the way, if you haven't seen this, you notice there's a bullet on there? Boom. How you will change your life. The bullet's in there. Keep your eyes on the gold, baby. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this going here with another thing that happened in boot camp. Well, actually, I don't want to even say I don't want to give like a whole, I just want to give a summary, I suppose, or an overview of boot camp. So you go through, you step on your footprints, you say you want to do it, they cut your hair. I was pretty much ready to bolt. Is what it is, right? So boom, I go in. Then, take a seat here. I go in, then from there, I go in, I meet my friend, we talk, we go through everything, we're doing our thing, all that stuff. Pretty much, we get to that point where everybody's like excited to meet the DIs and everything. And when I say excited, I mean excited means excited. You can take it how you would like. Now, think about this. You have a bunch of guys that have never seen each other from all over, not even just the US, some from overseas, like all different states, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are in different worlds, and you all come here and you realize, like, bare minimum, dude, we're all the same fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? We're all the same fucking thing. So, you really, really learn that in boot camp. Really, really, you learn it, and you pick it up your first week, and you don't really get it. I mean, some people probably never. You know, me looking back now is like, you know what I mean? Like, the people that are still in, they probably don't really know. And that's fine, you know what I mean? Because if you are in, you know, don't think of it as bad. Be like, man, you're like really helping people, you know? Really. The fact that you even like signed that, even if you did anything or not, you know what I mean? So me, like, did I do a bunch of shit? No, I didn't. No. But I did want to be a CSO, and I didn't do it because I was afraid if something did happen. I was like, well, even though I'm like able to put my pain out, what if just something happened and I didn't, and now I can't bring a brother home? So I was like, no, not happening. Pretty much, I would love to, but I can help the world out still. And that's why I'm doing this. Just helping everyone out, giving back. Now, another thing that we do is we conquer the Reaper. Okay? Now, hell is one thing. The Reaper's another. If you're an East Coast Marine, you never conquered the Reaper. A lot of East Coast Marines get mad and they say that's where it is. Now, okay, I will say this. I've heard the whole part of East Coast is like crazy because it's like all swampy and shit, you know, stuff like that. But really, you guys have like, don't you have like, well, unless you're fourth. If you're fourth, you kind of maybe have it bad, but at the same time, you kind of have it not bad because you're integrated and, you know, for people that weren't integrated and were in fourth, I mean, you're just the female, so I don't know. Now when I went on the West Coast, oh, by the way, when I went on the West Coast, the very first females were there, which I don't remember what battalion they were. I want to say they were alphas over here. They were, if you're like at the parade deck, I think they were Charlie? Maybe not. No. I don't remember. One of my boys actually had a girl that was in, and they saw each other at the store. A couple of us witnessed it. I'm not gonna say any names or nothing, but hey man, that's fucking sick. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that for sure, being a DI would be harder than being a private, you know? Although, I feel like after that, it's like, you're just ready, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just the man, you know? So I just want to say, shout out to all my DIs, you know, all my hats, and all the past ones, all the fallen soldiers, all the future soldiers, everyone in right now, everything. Boom. I already know I got the dog tags up, so. And that's 2023. But, for real, Cruz to MarZ. I didn't even do the intro, huh? Here we go. Welcome back to the show the universe loves. Timo's Cruz to MarZ. I'm your host, Timo Cruz. We're about to cruise to Mars, and we're just telling a boot camp story today, I suppose. Didn't really have a plan, but it just kind of is coming out. I'm gonna let it. So let's keep going. By the way, bonjour. Ça va? Si. Well, yes in French is not si. But love languages, right? Still works. Either way, let's go ahead and hit this. So Cruz to MarZ, right? Cruz to MarZ. Get my buff. Alright, baby. So, from here, we go ahead. We just think about everything. What did we do? We conquered our fear of water. I had a fear of water. I didn't really know why necessarily, but all I knew. And it wasn't like a fear, it was just like, I don't want to drown, I guess. And that's what it is. It's like, I've never been in water. And it's like, yeah, you have. We all came from the water, right? Like, all life, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much. So really, we're like perceived the way we perceive it, at least. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I conquered that. And I didn't do it my first day. I came back the second day, did it again. And even the first day, I had to jump twice off the big fucking jump, because I guess the first time, I think I didn't cross my legs or something like that. So I had to do it again. But then that time, boom! Oh yeah, baby, I was in it. And then I started dying. Trying to get my air. And you know what they did? They made fun of me. They were like, what? You know what I mean? And they don't care. And obviously, they do care. But they're just teaching you, like, push yourself until you can't anymore. And then do it more. And that's it. And do it more. And then do it more. And then do it more. And then do it more. And that's what we learn. That I don't know. It maybe sounds really dark, and it is, but that's how you get through things. Is you just do it, and you tell yourself, I can do it. And as soon as you flip that switch, it's like, oh yeah, we got it. Boom. And now anything's possible. And after that, you just keep going. You keep accomplishing. So you work your way up. That's one thing that a lot of people fail at, is like the water. You don't do the helo dunker. I actually really wanted to in boot camp. I thought you did, but you don't. I will say this, MCT is harder. MCT is definitely harder. And SOY is probably ridiculous. So, or I'm sorry, ITB. ITB. So for you guys, you know, definitely commend you. I had a couple squad leader. I think we had like 4 or 5 squad leader contracts in our thing. By the way, when we were in the hotel, there was a door in our room, and we would like slide notes under it. I used to take this down on my notes. I have it all written out, all of it, right? So we'd slide notes, and my boys were like, "What?" Or on the other side, they were like, "What? There's a fucking." We were like knocking, right? Because it's locked on the hotel door. It's locked, and there's no handles because they don't want people to get in and talk to each other, right? So I don't know exactly what. I don't remember what it was exactly. No, actually, I do. I do remember what it was. I was talking to my roommate, and I was like, I don't really want to say names specifically, just because one, people might still either be in or just might not want their names out there or anything. So I don't want to get into names specifically, but I'm just gonna say my boy, my other boys, and we're all people who did go to boot camp together. So whatever. We were sliding notes, and then I told my roommate, I was like, dude, like, what's stopping us from opening this door? And it was like the knob wasn't clicking, right? Like it was just loose, like it was a dead knob. And I was like, it's not though. It's not. Like I could totally open this. And the other guys, like we were like, can you guys open your door? And they're like, yeah. That's when it was like, bing, like, oh, you guys, all I have to do is open this side? Oh, you're, okay. So I looked, and I was like, what can I use? What do they give you in boot camp? Well, you have to be hygienic, my friend. So I went and I took the nail file. You can even do this with a nail if you just drew your nail out. But I took the nail file. I went ding, and I fucking opened the door. And then with that, another world. When I stepped in that world, I met 2 new people. Boom. Never seen before. Whoa. New people from different states. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird when you see people from different states because everyone looks different. Everyone talks different. You know what I'm saying? Everyone talks to me, and they're always like, "You speak so clearly." Especially people like from overseas. They're like, "You have no accent. Like you're just pure." I don't know. I suppose that's what people tell me. Either way, though, I think from there we kind of got like a little nervous. And that's where it starts, right? Day one, you're kind of nervous. You're like, yeah, okay. And then you kind of go and pretty much you do it more, right? So we figured out a way to make it work. And we were talking to each other through, like, nobody else did this that I know of. Because we talked to people in boot camp. They're like, what? So it's only 2 people to a room, and we have 4 people. We'd be chilling, watching movies and shit. And they come knocking on the doors and be like, oh. And we'd all stand out at attention, bing, me, my roommate, and then there'd be the hallway doors, and if you peek out, boom, you could see our boys right there, and then their door. So it's just, like a hotel. It's exactly like a hotel, right? So imagine you're at your door, you peek out, and it's just doors, right? Obviously, so you can look over and you see your boy, right? Well, everyone else was locked in their room, and me, I was like, I'm bored. Pow! Brand new. Also, we were looking out the windows, and apparently, you're not supposed to do that. So, I, on the other hand, even though I did, was clever enough to think, just in case we're not supposed to, maybe don't have your light on. If you know how light works, you know. So, it's San Diego. We see, I forget the name of the ship. I have it written down, but it's like the USS. Ooh, I forget what it is. I have it written down, so it's okay. Huge. I think it's like the 3rd biggest. Some big, dude. It's fucking huge. It was there. We could see it. We were like, oh, and we didn't even see the whole thing. It was huge. It was like a big museum. We looked out. We can see people, and then apparently people were like sneaking in. Some recruits were sneaking out. Dude, wild. Anyway, I don't know if any of that's true. All I know is what I saw. And what I saw was me and my boy, guy I never met before, 2 other brand new people I never met before, just because I took that risk, and I'm sure you could have took that risk and walked out, and been like, whatever. But why? I mean, you could. Totally. But I was like, I'm committed to this. Let's do it. And it sucked from day one. And then you get through it. So next kind of comes all your trials, right? You have fighting, learning to be aggressive, learning to be fit, learning to be healthy, learning to be all these things, learning to be balanced, right? Just go, 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 and love it, right? Not, instead of being like scared, you get to the point where you're like, fuck it, right? You're like, fuck it, I'm fucking going, you know, and that's what you learn. You become a devil, right? You're fearless. And going in, I already kind of had that, I thought, and then this taught me more, and then being a rebel to that even taught me more. So with that, 1, 2, 3, we have pure power, baby. And then, like I said, I also, after boot camp, all the trials and tribulations and everything, which I'm gonna get more into, because this one will kind of be a longer video, I suppose, which I should probably stop walking around, I'm sorry. But what I will say is that I think with me specifically, I know I had one of the hardest experiences. I know I did. And that's not me boasting, you know, but going through hotel on the West Coast, and then everyone on the West Coast is like, the Reaper's obviously harder than the fucking swamp. I don't know. I haven't even been to the East Coast. Either way, you're still part of the gun club or whatever you want to call it, right? So then we go and you conquer water, you conquer height, you conquer guns, blades, fists, falling down. You have to learn how to fall down. You have to learn how to get up. You have to learn how to stand. You have to learn how to scream. You have to learn how to scream the voice that you use every day. And you're just, right? And I think it's different in the Marine Corps like that, specifically. And if anyone's wondering if it's like the movies, the movie I would say that explains it the most is probably Jarhead. I haven't seen, I think Platoon, someone said it's really good, but I haven't seen Platoon. A lot of people say The Hurt Locker. I don't exactly agree with that, but I mean, I think that was for its time, yeah. I'm pretty sure Jarhead, though, they say, like, if you really break it down, especially, like, when he wants to get a sniper kill, and he's like, hey, why can't I get? And it's because, yeah, you're working all that time, and now you can't do it, you know. So if you really break it down to anyone who's ever been in, even if they weren't ever deployed or anything, you can tell, like, Jarhead's actually, like, pretty spot on, especially if you've kind of, like, seen enough, you know. Maybe if you've done, like, some crazy stuff, you're like, no. But hey, listen, I don't know, either way. Now for everything else, basically you go through every single task, you know. So you have air, land, water. Those are your 3 things. Now air, you're not really flying, but you do at the end scale up a big ass thing, or not scale up it. I guess that's the East Coast. You guys do the huge one. You just kind of go down it, and it's super fun. And there's a hellhole, and that's just straight down. And that's the one my boy did, actually, from the hotel, the very first hotel room, even before that. And what I did was the other one, which is basically like Rainbow Six Siege. And the way you kind of do it is you like take it, right? You fucking cinch it. You got it? And then like imagine like this is the edge, right? Like you kind of take your feet and you put them off like this, right? And then you kind of like squat. And now you take the leap of faith. Boom! Jump off that bitch. And now you're like this, but you're like, oh here, you can see me like bent over, right? Like you're bent over and you kind of got your shit, but you're just going down. Boom! And he was like, jump, Martinez. So I was like, or he said, run. And I was like, say less. Foo, 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 foo. I was gone. And I fucking got off. And then you have to go all the way off the rope, obviously. So you get up, bing. And then you have to like come do a side shuffle hop and say, boom, private first class, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or private made it down, and then they're like, all right, next. And that's pretty much how it goes. But you kind of conquer the air, basically, is what I'm saying. Then in a Crucible, you conquer everything else. That's where you conquer the Reaper. And everything else, like, the John Barcelona, a lot of people say, like, is the hardest thing. Kind of sucked, but it was really fun. Really fun. So it was like, I kind of liked it. The real situation, wow, yeah, guy was definitely built for that. You know what I'm saying? So just, man, and it really, like, makes you think, like, most of those guys were only E4s, E3s, E2s, you know? Most of like, the Medal of Honor people, they weren't, you know, they were new people that were, like, pure. So that's what I'm saying. Not that I'm, like, trying to compare myself to them by calling myself similar. I just know that, like, wow, I know what you do was really hard because I know what I did was hard enough. And, like, that's why it should be the standard. Is because you should know how to conquer every single task you have in front of you, behind you, above you, below you, around you, whatever. There's very few things that they do not go into, and if they did, I don't know. I don't know how they would do it, because some people wouldn't probably be able to even handle some of it. Because that's the thing, is you start somewhere. That's why I did it. Now, you don't have to join the military. I think the routine is kind of like the routine and the health, and also the mixing of people is what makes it so special. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you can't get that in college, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can, but it's not the same thing. You know, it's like if you've seen the Menu and then they're all living in the little room, right? It's like, yeah, that's what it's like. You're all fucking seeing each other naked. You know what I mean? It's like jail. Yeah, it is. But why? Because you have a routine, you're doing your thing, and you're happy. You know? I kind of like it. And it definitely changes you. And you're forced to pray and meditate. And not necessarily forced, but it's kind of like there's a time to just be silent. There's a time to look, reflect, you know? They give you that time. So you have that time, and they, you know, you don't have anything else to think about. Your whole day, you're being told this, so you don't think. You're just going. Right? So after you do conquer the Reaper, though, by the way, anyone who thought the hike up to the bottom of the Reaper was bad, come on now. That was not bad. It was not that bad. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh, I want to say a couple more things. My friend became, I guess I'll say, he became not only the 2173, but the whole hotel company of 2nd Battalion. Hotel company, the guide, right? He was our guide, you know, which means you're leading everyone. He was my roommate. He was the one that you would not have thought. And I saw it firsthand, start to finish. This guy, you know, just put in all that work. It's kind of wild. Just thinking about it, you know. Anybody really can do it. There's small people there, there's fat people there, there's fit people too that have egos, and then guess what? That fucking dies real quick too. Everything dies. And then it gets reborn there. Or you fail because you quit. That's it. You fail or you die. When we got up the Reaper, I was one of the first, I think it was one of the first 4, 5, 6 of my platoon. And there wasn't that many people up there, probably like less than 20. I want to say the chaplain. That man was going. See? And the whole time, he's just praying, got a smile on his face. We prayed the night before. So we prayed the day of, too. We were eating orange. We got a big group. Me, my boy Cervantes, my boy Mendoza. I think Vest was there. Shout out to Colton Vest. Who else was there? I think there was a couple more people there too. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to 2173, man. And then after me, one of my boys I was talking to that wanted to go to boot camp forever, he became one of the 2173s. Like, in the later, so like we both were 2173, which is kind of crazy, right? But so you conquer everything, man. You go through hell, which means you beat all the sins, you beat the devil, right? Boom, you go through all the gates, and that was our thing, right? Open the gates of hell. Hotel hell. Our kick out, right? That was our high knees. Right? Open the gates. And then it was close the gates of hell. There was another one too. We had so many. Click click boom was a huge one, and then instead of us it was born in hell, raised in hell, forged in hell. There's a couple different ones. I came up with some. I kind of wrote some down that I never said, but I still have them if you guys want to see. If they do add ditties back in the future where you can do them. I didn't really ask. I just was like, hey, I've written these down. And then everyone was like, dude, that's pretty sick. And then the DIs were like, all right. You know, they were like, yeah, that is pretty sick. And that's the thing, is you got to think from the lower, but have the resources of the higher to come together, man. That's how it works. So once you realize, really, they're kind of trying to help you. And I was also part of the super squad, because I was one of the cleanest dudes cleaning all this shit. Shout out to my boy Thane, the leader of the super squad. Me and him were like the two OGs of the super squad. He went on to do some crazy shit. Shout out to my boy. And then there was a couple of us at the end, but really I think it was me, him, a couple other people, and then they all got kicked off, and it was just me and him at the end. And me, like, I was the leader. And then the thing is like, me, I do, right? And usually it's like other people just do too, you would think, right? But in boot camp it's different. You have to be told what to do, and you have to learn how to do that, and then you have to break it, and then that's when you become yourself. So when you can still do that without being told, and then you do it, and then you just tell yourself, now you're in control. That simple. So with that, I just want to say, man, boot camp was wild, but it was not hard. I have my tape. If you guys want to see it, I've never even seen it. Going through the cold, the dark, the water, the heat. Oh my goodness, fighting, you know what I mean? And then sometimes, like, I didn't want to fight either, because it was like, one, you're always fucking just tired, physically, like, just mentally, like, you're always tired, dude. You're always tired. And then on top of that, you're like, dude, these are my boys, you know what I mean? And some people are like, oh, dude, I want to fuck this guy up, like, you know what I mean? They're mad at each other because whatever, and it's like, damn, man. But it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna say I didn't break any rules, but I'm gonna say I never got caught. At one time, we were cleaning weapons, and we were cleaning weapons. We went ahead, and everyone was like in that area. There was one other guy before me. I don't know if it was like a thing that kept going on or happened before or not, but it was going on, right? And so it was doing its thing. Our DI, one of my boys, I think one or two of them, and then I was in the bathroom, right, in the head, and then fucking I was cleaning the tiles. Now, this was before final field, or final, you know what I'm talking about, final drill. So, and people don't talk about how much drill boot camp is. It's a lot of drill. It's a lot of drill. You just get drilled, dude. You just get drilled. But really, yeah. So you you learn how to do everything, man. You learn how to walk, you learn how to talk, you learn how to act, you learn how to yell, you learn how to scream, you learn how to swim, you learn how to die, and then you learn how to be reborn if you realize how to do that yourself. Now, keeping it is another thing, but it's not hard. Just do it. It's kind of been like a story and a ramble, but like I said, it's sort of an overview. So Crucible, I want to pull my coin to do like the exact stuff, but you can look it up. I mean, you only get so many MREs for so many days. It's like 1 MRE for every day, but if you look at MRE calories, they really have like 2,500 or like 3,000 calories or something like that. And you could probably do that on like a cracker. And you would need a lot of water, but I could probably do it just on water. Actually, I bet I could do the whole Crucible on just water. Maybe like some creatine, just so I can hold more water. Water. Like an apple or a pear. And I'd be good for the whole day. Now, it would be very hard. But if I'm saying I can do that, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Imagine like what I could really do. I could probably do it like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you trained. So, just think about that, man. Just train your mind, train everything. Just train everything as much as you can. Your hands, your feet, your mind, your soul, your body, everything, man. And that's why I do what I do, and that's why I try to make everyone happy and chill, you know what I'm saying? Here's MarZ. But yeah, boot camp, it was a fun time. It shows you how to be really open. It shows you how to be really open with other people. Really just like a part of everything. Really. I'm not gonna say I miss doing the things I did, although I still pretty much have a routine. But what I'm gonna say is that bond is never broken. You know what I mean? I seen some other Marines, I think I said in yesterday's video, when I was at the Wisconsin club, and you could tell, you know, they really have that pride. Like, you might not see it outside. Maybe not, right? Whatever. But their heart, you can tell. It's like, oh yeah, it's just pure. You know, you can't even fuck with it. You know, it's just shielded. Can't fuck with it. And that's what you earn when you get the title of Marine, at least in the United States. But I'm pretty sure that's what a Marine is, just in general. So it doesn't matter if you're anything else. Even if you, like I said, if you were a soldier, if you were a squid, you know, if you're an airman, whatever you are, whatever you were, whatever you want to be, you can do it. Just put one foot in front of the other. And remember to look back at those gold footprints and remember why you started. It's kind of funny, right? Look at this. Gold footprints. They're still there, baby. Golden footprints. It's kind of like wings, dude. You learn how to fly. You can't take that from someone. Be a Marine, you know. Just have that mindset. In life, you won't lose. Boot camp would help, but you don't need to do that. You know, just do it right now. Just go. Look, make your bed. Pick up the stuff on your floor. Get the dust. Look, this is what I do. See up here? Not much dust, actually, because I keep my shit pretty clean. TV. And got a duster, dude. So you can come up here, boom. Right. Clean it top to bottom, because then the dust falls down. And then if you do top to bottom, you would do your vacuuming last or your sweeping and mopping last, and then boom, you're done. Then you go ahead, throw out the old one, which I needed to do anyway, so that's fine. We got a new one right here. And yeah, man, always be ready. That's it. So look, that easy. Now if you do that little bit every single day, you'll never have dust, right? Nothing about that. Or what we usually do is we'll have a field day. You know, your room's generally in a normal state of police like this, pretty decent. Then Thursday, that's when they come in your room, baby. Well, that's when you clean, and you're kind of like direct higher ups, like your E4s will come in and check you out, make sure your room's good, and then boom, cool. Why do they do that? Because tomorrow morning you're gonna be inspected by the big heads, and they're gonna come in and they're gonna be like, all right, cool. And why do they do that? Because the next guy up is gonna come when you're not in there, and he's gonna be like, okay. And this means a lot, because your room says a lot about you. You know, like all this stuff under here, like there's probably a little bit of dust they probably get out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn. It makes you just realize, like, all that other stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe I did miss a couple spots. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is you can't get lenient. You can't get complacent. You have to be like, you always have to be on it, you know? That's just how it is. Boom. By the way, I got my sticker on there. Cruz to MarZ, man. But yeah, so really, I'm just saying, like, think without thinking. Be yourself. Be happy. Be a Marine. Become a devil. Die and teach yourself how to be reborn. Make sure you cruise to MarZ. Breathe. You can actually hold your breath for a long time if you don't really think about it. And then you just tighten your core. You can also use your core to get fast breath. And then that's basically how I rap. You know what I'm saying? Like how any rapper would. Any musician, really. They know how to use their... Right? That's... that muscle. You know how to just get all that air. And then that also is another thing that becomes like the water. You just learn how to take them breaths and breathe. Right? And when your lungs are filled with air, you're floating. So then you just slowly, and you're still floating. Right, really quick. And that's how I learned how to float. Because actually, I wasn't afraid of swimming. I was afraid of floating. And then I learned, just breathe. And that's the simplest lesson. Just breathe. I'm Timo Cruz, your host of Timo's Cruise to MarZ. We just cruised to MarZ. Thank you for watching the show the universe loves. I love you. You love me. We all love each other. You know what I'm saying? It's balance, man. Stay balanced. Stay good. Stay great. Stay balanced. Peace, love, positivity. Just like Logic said, you know what I mean? He actually might have had it right. No, never know. Eminem says a lot of stuff, too. You guys might not realize it, but he does. 50 Cent, too, and Lil Wayne. And that's why they're my three, right? 50 Cent, Eminem, Lil Wayne. And I used to not like Lil Wayne. And then it's like, whoa, I really like dug into it. I'm like, ooh, it's pretty good. Anyway, though, let's get out of here. I don't want to get too much into that. We're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna pretty much. Is this on actually? Okay, yeah, it is. All right, we're gonna put up to 3, get some power going, and just like I said in the other video, if you're gonna be like, I don't know, if you want to do something, you just gotta do it. You know, it's better to be embarrassed than forgotten. You know, and people are probably gonna look at you as a leader because they all really wanted to do that, and now more, right? But you can't think more for yourself. You have to think more because look at everyone I'm leading. Everyone. And truly, leading from the front is wise. And that's what the older wolves do. But the alpha leads from the back and makes sure everybody gets to the top first. It's just how it is. Anyway, we're gonna take this last hit. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Au revoir. À bientôt. Peace. Love. Positivity.
When I step in, I get their heart racing. Look up to me like they're stargazing. Yeah, I'm number 1, that's a star placement. So if you're hungry, better start grazing. I'm on top, where are y'all at? Say I'm not, well, tell me where I fall at. Cause when I come, they'll fall back. Try to knock it out the park, where the bet ball at? How you gonna say that I can't make it? Motherfucker, high will and I won't fake it. And then what I do, they'll just try and bank it. Stab you in the back with a broken shank shit, Let me enjoy my privacy. I'ma turn this whole thing into a dynasty. I really don't know why y'all be trying me, but I'ma prove you all wrong before I'ma leave, yeah. Fuck that, I need motivation.
Fuck that, I need motivation.
Won't look back, I'm overtaken.
Won't look back, I'm overtaken.
Climb to the top, but no, they hating.
Climb to the top, but no, they hating.
I'm just here to make a name, yeah, I'm just here to make a name. When you're humping iron or writing lyrics, I'ma turn it higher so you guys can hear it. Call me the driver, cause I am steering.